What's going on, Cardinals? My name is Shane Norwood, your lead campus security officer, and for those of you returning to Santa Paula High School this year, you know me as Cowboy. You also know me as the host of 2 Minute Tuesday, a show that comes out every other Tuesday or so that's never actually really 2 minutes. Sorry, not sorry. For those of you that are new here, though, for our incoming freshmen, our new students, and our new teachers and staff, allow me to introduce myself. So, I do oversee campus security here at Santa Paula High School, but before taking on this job, I was a police officer and a detective for a little over 20 years. I worked on the SWAT team, I was a K-9 handler for a while, I was an investigator that specialized in the investigation of child crimes. So unfortunately, when children are victims of crimes, I would be the one that investigated those crimes. And I was the school resource officer right here at Santa Paula High School, which was super cool and something I'm really proud of. Especially because I graduated from Santa Paula High School a long time ago. And we'll just leave it at that. So what's the purpose of this video? Well, I want to introduce you to some really important concepts and rules and regulations and procedures that you're going to run into here at Santa Paula High School and help just keep you safe and ready and prepared in the event of an emergency, and also so you can kind of understand some of the things that might land you in trouble. But before we get into all the rules and all the other stuff, let me introduce you to the Santa Paula High School security team.
Hi, my name is Sandra Quintero. I am a campus security officer here at Santa Paula High School. I've been here about 7 years.
Kirk Larson, campus security, been with the district since 2020. Good luck this year, Cards.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm security here at Santa Paula High School. Been here for 7 years, and this is my 8th school year. If you guys need any help with anything, you can always reach out to security. We're not here just to discipline you. We're here to guide you and get you guys the help that you need to help you guys succeed, not just in the classroom, but outside in the real world as well.
Hi, my name's Ruben Barreto, campus security. I've been working for the district for 6.5 years and football coach also. I just want to give a shout out to all the new teachers and all our incoming freshmen. Let's have a great year. Enjoy your 4 years, your time here. And a shout out to all our seniors. Enjoy your last year, guys. Have a great one. Let's go Cards.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this one because to me, it's incredibly important. We've all heard the term, see something, say something, right? I think we all know what that means. We added something here at Santa Paula High School because we found that people would see something and they'd eventually say something, but usually by the time they said something, it was way too late for any action to be taken. So our motto here at Santa Paula High School is see something, say something now. All right, don't wait. If you see something that looks out of place, even if you're kind of wondering, man, am I making a bigger deal out of this than it really is? Trust your gut. All right, if it seems out of place, it probably is, and I would much rather go investigate something and find that it was nothing than to not know about it and have it turn into a real problem. So if you see something, say something, but make sure you say it right now. All right, so I want to talk about some emergency procedures, but before we do that, I want to familiarize you with a system we have here at Santa Paula High School called InformaCast. It's the broadcast system that we use to tell you about events or announcements or emergencies. All right, and you'll see them up on the wall in every single classroom that you enter. You'll see them in the office, you'll see them in the gym, and you'll see them around campus. These systems are really, really important because it's what we use to provide you with instantaneous, super important information. All right, so if there's a lockdown, a shelter in place, if there's an earthquake, or if there's an important announcement, it's gonna come through that system. So when you're out walking around, going class to class, sometimes there's gonna be music playing, sometimes it's gonna be super loud. You're going to want to pay attention to that system because maybe you can't hear what's coming out of the speaker, but on the screen, it will tell you what type of emergency we're experiencing. All right, so I told you about InformaCast. What are some things that InformaCast might tell you? All right, so one of the things that you may experience is a lockdown. A lockdown is when there's an incident, a threat, some type of emergency on campus, and we need everyone to remain in their classrooms safe and secure. When the lockdown alarm goes off and you see lockdown go across the screen on InformaCast, you should have the door to your classroom closed, the door should be locked, the window should be covered, the lights go off, everyone remains quiet and calm, and if need be, you'll utilize a safe wall. If you don't know what that means, I'm going to talk about that in a future video. We'll make sure that you're squared away and know exactly what that means. But for right now, the most important thing is when there's a lockdown, instruction stops, lights go off, doors are closed and locked, Barricade the door with desks or whatever you have, because we want to prevent anyone that may have bad intentions from making their way into your classroom. And look, I know lockdowns are not fun to talk about. They're unpleasant. We don't want to think that it'll happen, but they do happen. All right. And we want to make sure that everyone's prepared and knows exactly what to do. All right. The next type of emergency that you might hear come over in Formacast is a shelter in place. A shelter in place is called when there's an off-campus threat or an off-campus emergency that we want to be prepared for, but it doesn't rise to the level of being an immediate threat on campus. Some examples of that may be like a vicious dog roaming around the neighborhood in close enough proximity to the school that the dog could come onto campus and cause a problem. Or maybe the police have some type of activity going on a block over and they're afraid if the suspect were to get away from them that he or she may run onto the campus, right? So it doesn't rise to the level where we need to stop instruction, get up against a safe wall, turn off all the lights and barricade the door, but we want to be in a position to where if the threat made its way onto campus, we'd be prepared to do all of that. Okay, so instruction continues in a shelter in place. Basically business as usual. Doors should be closed and locked anyway. All right, stop the prop. We're going to talk about that here real soon. And we're going to be good to go. And that leads me into Stop the Prop. This is an initiative we started a couple of years ago, and it is in full swing, and it is the expectation here at Santa Paula High School. Every teacher during instructional time is expected to have their doors closed and locked at all times. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, I get it, especially when students need to go to the restroom and then they come back and knock and it interrupts things. And look, I know that it's an inconvenience, but safety usually doesn't come without some inconvenience. And my job is to look at incidents that have happened across the country. And you know what the unfortunate reality is that so many of these active assailant incidents, they occur because there's easy targets for them to hit. And the easy targets are the open doors where they can walk right in and do whatever they came to do. We do not want to be in a position where we are the classroom that doesn't abide by this initiative, that has the door open and something horrific happens. In the whole grand scheme of things, it's a very low cost of inconvenience for a high return in safety. Please, during instructional time, keep those doors closed and locked. And don't be upset if security comes by and closes a prop door. All right, let's talk a little bit about evacuations. One of the things that confuses people the most is if a fire alarm goes off, do we evacuate? No. Okay? With rare exceptions. The exceptions are, do you see smoke and flames where you are right now? Okay, if that's the case, you need to evacuate. All right? If you don't see smoke and flames, and you have not been instructed by security or site administration to evacuate, you are much safer in your classroom. There's a lot of reasons for this, but one of the more troubling ones is there have been incidents in the past where an assailant has made their way on the campus, they've manually pulled the fire alarm to trigger an evacuation, and when people start to exit the classrooms and begin the evacuation process, now they're easy targets for this assailant. If the fire alarm goes off, if you don't see smoke and flames, stay right where you're at and await further instructions. All right, let's talk about something that's equally unpleasant, and that is what happens if you're out and about. Passing period, break, lunch, and a lockdown gets called. Your number one priority, though, needs to be to find the nearest open door, whether that's an office, a bathroom, a classroom, and lock yourself in. And this, you got to get that door closed as soon as possible. I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds cruel. But if there's an assailant on campus, they are going to be looking for those open doors. They're going to be looking for those opportunities. And at that point, you need to take care of yourself and those others that are in that room and get that door closed as soon as possible. So we're going to go into that in a little bit more detail in future videos. But for right now, just understand, if you're out and about and you hear that lockdown alert go out on Formacast, get yourself in somewhere and lock yourself down right away. All right, let's talk about ID cards for a bit. All of you came to registration and you went down to the cafeteria and you took a really pretty picture of yourself and you walked away with an ID card. I'm here to tell you, we didn't give you that as a souvenir. We gave that to you because we expect you to wear it and have it with you at all times when you're on campus. It's super important for a variety of reasons, but the most obvious one is we want to make sure that everyone that comes on campus has a right to be there, right? There's 1,400 plus students on this campus, and I don't know all of you. So I need for you to carry your ID, and security's going to ask you for it. If you're not wearing it, they're going to ask you for your ID when you come to school in the morning. And if you can't show your ID, they're probably not going to let you on campus. They're going to send you home to go get it. And then you're going to be late, and then you're going to get detention, and then it's a bad day. All right. The other reason why we do it, though, is like a more practical reason. So most of you at some point are going to get a driver's license. And one day, you're probably going to get pulled over. And the first thing that officer is going to say when he approaches your car is, "License and registration, please." That was my best former cop voice. Hope you enjoyed that. If you say to the officer, "I didn't feel like carrying it today," it's going to be a bad day for you. You're going to get a ticket. You might even get your car impounded. So carry your ID. It's not a big deal. Get used to it. You're going to be carrying an ID for the rest of your adult life. All right, guys, so a huge change this year at Santa Paula High School for nutrition and for lunch. The 400s building, the entire 400s building, and the entire upper court is closed to students. No hanging out, no loitering, none of the above. Okay? If you have a legitimate reason to go to the 400s or upper courts, like a teacher is allowing you into their classroom, you need to arrange with that teacher ahead of time to get a pass in order to show that to security or to administrators so they know that you have a legitimate reason to go into the 400s or upper courts during nutrition or lunch. There will be no loitering, there will be no hanging out, none of that stuff anymore. Okay, we're going to be opening up Center Court, the new library. We're gonna have a really cool, freshly paved area out in Center Courts where there's gonna be music and all kinds of other good stuff. No upper courts, no 400s, no exceptions, unless you have a pass, and you've got to get the pass from the teacher ahead of time. All right, we got to talk about restrooms. What is the purpose of a restroom? It's not a trick question, I promise, but I want to share with you some things that I've seen happen in restrooms. I've seen students eat in restrooms, and that's freaking gross. Okay, I've literally seen students with their lunch, like over the trash can, eating their food in the bathroom with all the odors that go along with it. All right, don't eat in the bathroom. Okay, I've seen other bad things happen in the bathroom, and I won't go into detail. You guys all know what I'm talking about. What is the restroom for, actually? Well, it's for biological relief, right? Biological functions. Go into the restroom, do your biological business. Little emojis here will be helping me out with that. And then leave the restroom. Okay, security's gonna be outside the restrooms. We only let 3 in at a time, but if for some reason security's not there, don't go in 10, 15 at a time and go hang out in the restroom. There's plenty of other places to do that. We're gonna kick you out. You're probably gonna end up going to the assistant principal's office. Just don't do it, all right? We want people to be able to go into the restroom, do their business, and get out. So let's all work together to make that happen. And I can't stress it enough. Stop eating in the restroom. It's freaking gross. Lastly, I want to mention the awesome beautification projects that our principal, Mr. Guzman, has made happen over the summer. All kinds of landscaping went in. If you're a new student here, you wouldn't know the difference, but our campus is beautiful. All right, flower beds have been planted in roses and other flowers that reflect our school colors. Center Court has new pavers and the new library area and awesome places for students to hang out. New tables and umbrellas and shade and all kinds of awesome stuff. All right, I'm saying all that to say, take care of your school. Throw your trash away. Don't throw stuff where it doesn't belong. Don't trample through the flower beds and destroy things. Be responsible. Take ownership of your school. This is your campus. And one day, your own kids might come to school here. So let's treat it as such. All right, we talked about a lot of information today, and I know we just scratched the surface, so don't worry, I am gonna go over this in more detail as we get going in the school year. Tuesdays, I'll be releasing videos to help you better understand some of these concepts. If you have any questions, though, in the meantime, come see me. You can't miss me. Find the hat. I almost always have it on. I'm Cowboy, or Shane Norwood, your lead campus security officer. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys. If there's anything I can do for you, please come see me. We'll talk to you soon.